This story's about my ex-boyfriend that started stalking me after our breakup. I don't really feel comfortable with sharing his name just for safety reasons. We'd already been friends for a few years when we started dating my junior year of high school. After we started dating, it didn't take long at all for him to show his true colors. It was like a complete 180. He was a totally different person and not the nice guy I knew at all. He would go through my phone constantly, every day it seems. He would snatch it out of my hands and read through all my personal stuff because of his own insecurities. I never once gave him a reason to worry about that sort of thing. I was always honest and loyal. I've been wanting to get out of this relationship pretty much ever since it started. Every time I would try to end things, he would guilt trip me and tell me that he would change. He would even go as far as to lie to me about going to therapy and taking meds that were prescribed to him for his anger problems. It was constant lying and manipulative behavior from him. He would continuously accuse me of cheating. The next day, though, or sometimes even hours after telling me he would change, he would cuss at me, call me names, threaten suicide, and even threaten to physically harm me on a few separate occasions. He wasn't on drugs that I knew of, and to be completely honest, we were never really that close in our relationship, so I don't know what even sparked it in him to act like that or why he thought it was acceptable. Finally, by my senior year, I was so done with him. I finally decided to break up with him. Yes, just like I thought it would, it made everything worse. Way, way worse. I thought he was crazy then, but holy smokes, I didn't even know human beings were capable of being this evil. I changed my phone number and I moved 45 minutes away with my best friend into a new apartment that we shared together. I was feeling hopeful and happy to finally be away from him. Within only a few days, he would randomly just show up where I was, the movie theater, the tennis court, and restaurants we had never even been to before. He would always just try to talk to me, but I would always just leave immediately and tell him I was busy. He would get furious when he saw me with another guy, no matter who it was. It could have been my cousin, and he still would have lost his mind. Still to this day, I don't know how he knew where I was at all those times. It was really creepy, but he swore it was coincidental. A few months later, I moved off to college about an hour away. I thought it would all be over for sure now, but during my freshman year, one of our very close friends that we shared committed suicide, so I came home to attend the funeral. Of course, he was there as well. I had no choice but to be nice to him and professional while we were there. After the funeral, everyone was going to one of my other friends' houses for a little get-together and reunion. I didn't want to go, but my friends convinced me otherwise. The whole entire time I was there, my ex was trying to talk to me. I was being polite, but I would try to avoid him. He was right next to me all night, trying to kiss me, put his arm around me, and whatever he could get, really. Someone at the party asked me if we were back together, and of course, the whole room looked and turned directly at us. I said no, of course not, and stormed out. He got my number from someone somehow at the party and started texting me and calling and texting and calling and leaving voicemails with the same old sob stories all the time. This continued for 5 years. I ended up moving out of state and I quit talking to everyone from back home, apart from a very select few people that I wholeheartedly trust. The phone calls have finally stopped, hopefully for good. I still get anxious whenever I go back to my hometown and worry that I'm going to run into him again one day. I was crossing the street on my way home from campus and there was a car stopped at the stoplight. The driver yelled out the window and asked if I wanted to party with him. I ignored him as I continued walking down the street. After walking for 2 blocks, the car drove up past me, did a 3-point turn, then pulled up onto the curb to stop me from walking. The driver then stepped out of the car, along with another man who was in the passenger seat. They asked me what my name was and asked again if I wanted to party with them. They were drinking, and they were apparently celebrating their friend's birthday who was drunk off his butt in the back seat. They then all kept being even more persistent with me that I go party with them. This went on for a while, with him asking over and over and me rejecting them over and over. It obviously didn't need to last that long, but my first instinct was to keep it as peaceful as possible, since I already had a lot to drink, and I know more than anyone that drunk people can be really unpredictable, and that things could turn very badly, very quickly, if I started being too aggressive. I managed to walk away from them when a car came up behind them and started to honk at them to move. It was a one-way residential road, and the car couldn't go around because of oncoming cars, so I walked into a sketchy alleyway while they were figuring out the road situation in hopes that I would lose them. My sorority was just down the street, so I didn't want them seeing where I lived. I almost made it home, and I was pretty sure that I lost them, but as soon as I started walking up the steps to where I was staying for the time being, I heard a honk behind me and a car engine rev up and speed up to me, and of course it was those same guys who were just harassing me. "Hey, where you going?" "Party's this way," the driver said. I opened my door and walked in, quickly slammed it shut and locked it. Thankfully, and ironically enough, there was actually a police officer sitting across the street witnessing everything that just happened. He pulled the driver over and started to question him. The driver ended up getting arrested for driving under the influence, and the other two in the car were free to go. I told the officer everything, and that they were all harassing me. I also thanked him for his help. I just hope they don't come back, and I also hope they don't remember where I live. I don't live alone, though, so that's always good. As we all know, there is safety in numbers, but that doesn't necessarily stop me from losing sleep over my anxiety about the whole ordeal.